So in the US this year, people will spend about $150 billion in advertising. And online advertising gets about 15% of that. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Adometry. We're headquartered in Austin, Texas. At Adometry, we provide ad analytics, which is an attempt to measure online advertising to provide actionable insights for the advertising community. One of the big issues in delivering a return on investment to advertisers is the amount of fraud that occurs in the online advertising space. We've measured the instances of fraud or waste in online advertising to be anywhere from 15 to 25%.
So a phone rang today, and it was an advertiser that wanted to know more about click fraud. They had a lot of traffic on their site that they didn't know was legit or not, but they knew it was odd. Well, I work for Microsoft Advertising in the Traffic Quality Group, and our primary objective is to protect the interests of the advertisers when it comes to click fraud and malicious activity on the network. Click fraud is the single biggest issue we have. Malware is a close second, but both together form the vast majority of malicious activity that we see on the advertising search network. When I talk to advertisers, I don't talk about the ins and outs of how a click fraudster works. I talk about the impact to their business and the risk that click fraud presents to them.
A lot of money. A lot of money's at stake. We want to make sure that the money that is at stake is being transacted legitimately. I'm a senior attorney at the Digital Crimes Unit. I work with forensics experts in the computer field, and we try to go ahead and identify frauds or things that impact our customers. If we really want to make the internet much more ubiquitous, more so than it is today, to make it really free to the consumer, we really have to take a look at the advertising model and see if it could continue to grow at this rate. Right now, I think that there's a very good chance that if we do not make certain changes to the business model itself, it could definitely be compromised to the point where it would start affecting whether or not we can proceed on the internet with a ad-based, quote-unquote, free type business model.
The biggest challenge for us is to stay one step ahead as best we can. So I'm the Senior Manager of Investigations on Microsoft's Digital Crimes Unit. Really what my role is here is to try to coordinate Microsoft's response to systemic threats to basically take action and mitigate those threats. It's not just click fraud, but also in other networks like display and contextual. There's a lot of ways that bad guys can use all of their infrastructure to defraud this system. And honestly, they probably know it better than a lot of even the advertisers and publishers who are part of the system. How do you get people involved about something that it's hard to see?
You can get people's attention by telling them that 20% of their budget is being wasted. This is real money that is costing companies every single day, and we can't just let it go unchecked. And companies in the online ad space, we rely on law enforcement to track these people down and to prosecute when appropriate.
It's extremely imperative that we do something about this now, that we talk about the problem, because it will impact mobile. Now, we all know that mobile is the next generation. That's the next wave that's coming.
We're here to protect the advertiser, to inform them, to educate them at the end of the day so they get what they pay for.
We can't do it alone. But I think that the good guys outnumber the bad guys, and I believe that if we have the same goals in mind, we can work together enough to effectively deter this type of threat.
If we don't bring more transparency to the online world, we'll never get that fair share of advertising dollars flowing online. So it's a whole industry that's at stake. Be aware, be vigilant, but take corrective action.
Hopefully, what we'll discuss here is, look, we have a problem. Let's deal with it together. You know, the advertisers, the platform, working with law enforcement, with the publisher network. And hopefully, if we all get together, talk about the problem, that way we'll be able to start coming up with creative solutions for the problem. And that's the objective. I've been accused quite often of being always the glass is a half full type of person. I'm very optimistic, absolutely.